welcome back to Moonstone Crafts and welcome back to my Wip Chat. It's been a long while since I've done a Wip Chat, so I have a lot to talk about. And today I'm working on my pink rose. I will insert a photo of how far I am right now, so you can see the whole picture. I just zoomed into the bit where I'm gonna work. I'm gonna start from the bottom. Put my drills in before I talk about anything, because otherwise we won't be doing anything. So as I said before, it's been a while. Today is actually Thursday the not Thursday, Tuesday. I made that mistake before. I had to edit it like saying that that was Tuesday instead of Thursday. So Tuesday the 25th of August 2020, if you're watching this farther in the future. And it's been a longer while, so let's talk about it. The last time that I recorded the Wip Chat, it was just before I went on a little vacation with my family, and I recorded a lot of videos just before my vacation. It was a lot of work. You might have seen it also in the description of those videos. I always noted down when I recorded them, so that you would know that it was pre-recorded. I did that because I wanted still the YouTube content to go on while I was on vacation. I was unable to film and edit anything, and I didn't want to do that while I was on my vacation. So I felt pretty confident about that. I had every 2 days I had kind of like a video going up, and it was really relaxing that I didn't have to think about that. And suddenly I had all these emails of comments on my YouTube. People commented on my video, and I was like, oh yeah, I do have a video that's going up right now. That's gone up, and I'm like, oh yeah. Some of the comments I haven't responded to yet. I will do that tonight. So if you haven't received an answer yet, which I hope you have, when I uploaded this, I hope you have received an answer. It's just because I was on a little vacation, and I was planning to answer my comments when I got back home, but I was kind of in a relaxation mode and decided to make my vacation a little bit longer. Even though I was home, I didn't want to, get straight back into recording videos and stuff. And I took the vacation a little bit longer. Even on my Instagram, it's pretty quiet right now. I did want to get things started up again, and I tried, but I haven't been in the groove since I came back from my vacation. Part of that is also that I couldn't film because I wanted to clean my room first before I got my setup back up again. Because the table I'm using in my room, this table where I'm sitting at right now, had to go with me on the little vacation. So I had to get it back from downstairs upstairs and stuff. And that's pretty simple, but I just wanted to clean my room before I got all my stuff back in. And I was not motivated to clean my room. I guess that's the whole story. Oh, we go to 310. Oh, there's one drill still in there. I'll fix that later. So, it took me a while, and just yesterday, like the Monday, a week after I came back from my little vacation, I cleaned my room. So it took a while, but I finally got there, and now I'm recording videos again. And I'm okay with that. I don't blame myself for taking a little break, a little bit longer. I mean, I think sometimes when you do that, you just need it, I guess. But I have enough ideas already, and I shot a lot of videos already. You will see some of them, or maybe one of them before this one, and the rest of them will be, I think, after this video. So yeah, I like to record a lot of videos just in one go, because I did enjoy doing that. It did burn me out a bit before the holiday, you know, to get everything going. But that was more because it were all kind of whip and chats. They were not really whips though, because it was all, most of them were kidding up videos, and I had one kidding down video, so there was a lot of story time that I had to cover with that. And because I had to record them all in the same week, there was not too much to talk about anymore after a few. But I did manage, so that's something, I guess. I do have to say that the 310 in this kit, or in general I think, with this Home Fun official store that I got them, are not that great as they were with the normal Home Fun store. I know 310s, square ones at least, have a bad reputation of not being good, but I feel like this batch that I got with this delivery are worse than I ever got them. So I really have to be careful on which ones I'm putting on. But I do have to say there's not too much black in this one. So I'm lucky in that aspect, I guess. And in the so I'm gonna show you pictures of my whips right now, how far they are, because at the moment I have 3 whips, and that's because this one wasn't finished on my little holiday or my little vacation. So I'm stuck with a lot of whips right now, and I actually wanted to keep it like 2 whips at the same time, but you know, things changed. And now I have 3 at the same time. At some point when I just got back from my vacation, I had 4 whips at the same time. That was too much. That was definitely too much, so I'm not gonna do that again. But I finished that project, so that's done. You will see a post review on the channel soon. Maybe that is the video that I posted before. Then I will link it if I already posted it. So I have this one, this pink rose that I took with me on my holiday. I have the pink haired girl, which is my bigger one, the 40 by 50, which stayed at home, so I didn't work on that for a longer while, which is the same with my rainbow eye, which is my little one, my 20 by 30 centimeters. So I have 3 whips at the moment. I will show you a picture of my rainbow eye right now on screen, and I will show you a picture of my pink haired girl right now on screen, and that's pictures of progress so far, so that you can see how far I got with those. But yeah, definitely not ideal. I wouldn't recommend having 3 whips at the same time, even though they're all not too big. But yeah, I discovered by myself that 2 whips at most is what I prefer. So that's what I'm going with in the future, but this is just because of my holiday, and I had preferred to be farther with this kit, you know, this pink rose, that it would be farther along than what it was when I got back home from my little vacation. But my vacation was during a heat wave here in the Netherlands. I'm not good with heat. You might have seen it in my previous videos. There was already a heat wave when I recorded those, so before we went on a holiday. But it even got warmer when we went. And we stay in a tent, so we had to sit in the shade the whole day under the apple trees that were there. And we had to move with them, of course, because shade changes, because the sun is changing direction. It was not very comfortable to diamond paint, especially not with this one with the plastic cover, and my other one that I took with me also had a plastic clear sheet. So it was not comfortable to lay your arm on and stick to it because, you know, you're warm. It didn't go very well, so I didn't diamond paint that much. I did take my little cross stitch with me. I'm gonna show you what I have so far on that. I didn't manage to get something in today, some more in today. So, but I got a lot of progress on my little mandala horse. So I did do something. It's not like we did nothing. But it was more cross stitching, which is nicer to do in the heat than diamond painting. Which is okay, but you know, that's also what kinda set me back on uploading on Instagram and YouTube, so I just took my time, and that's okay. So now I'm back. I definitely want to upload regularly again. You know? Let me just check the black drills. So that will be alright, I guess. But for the rest, it was pretty warm on my little vacation. It was, I'm just thinking, it was very nice. I had a lovely time. It was a campsite with horses. I told you before, I think. We've been there for the 8th year in a row. So yeah, we are pretty familiar there. So that was very nice, especially in the times of this pandemic and everything. It's nice to know where everything is and, you know the environment and the people that run the place. And I can ride horses there. And I know the horses, of course, but they change every year. There's something new every year. Now they're gonna rebuild everything, so they were starting to get ready for rebuilding their stables and their indoor arena. They're changing that up, so next year it will be totally different when we come back. That's gonna be so weird. And also one of the horses is scanned for pregnancy, and she's scanned positive. So if everything goes right, next June they will have a little foal there. So that will be exciting. We'll love to see that. You know, it's like the 3rd generation of one of the horses they have there. So that's gonna be exciting. But when we got there was some bad news right away. One of my favorite horses had an injury and you couldn't ride them, but we could. She could go out for little walks of 10 minutes on concrete, because that would be good for her, you know, go out and walk a few rounds every day. So she said to me, the boss of the place and also the one that gives lessons said to me, you can do that. I know she's your favorite. You can go take walks with her every day if you want to. You would help me out with that as well, because she was obviously busy with other things for preparing the stable and arena they're gonna, you know, change up. So of course I was pretty excited about that. And some of you may have seen on my Instagram stories, if you follow that. If you want a link to my Instagram, I will put it down in the description below. It's always there. That I went on a walk with that horse. Well, you haven't seen that, but you have seen what the conclusion of that walk was. The horse stood on my foot. Yeah. A big horseshoe on your foot, like the whole weight of a horse on your feet, is not preferable. I can tell you that. She did miss my toes, so that was something good. But she had her whole weight on me, and that's because she wanted to eat. She didn't want to walk. She definitely didn't want to walk. She was like, "You're taking me outside for a walk?" "No, ma'am, there's all this grass and apples around," because there were, as I said before, there were apple trees and they lost some apples. She was like, "You know what? That's way more fun than just walking in circles and doing nothing." So she decided to pick up an apple and move her feet to do that, because you know, horses put one feet, oh, I'm very zoomed in, one feet in front of the other to graze, to put their head down. You may have seen that before. So she moved her feet forward, like this, I guess. I'll do this way. She moved her feet forward to get the apple, and when she moved her feet forward, she was standing on my feet, and because she was leaning on that feet to eat her hoof, I mean, she was leaning with her whole weight on my little foot. I did get her off pretty soon, but it was not fun. And at the moment, there's so much adrenaline going through you and everything that you don't really notice how much it hurts. And you're still in the same shoe. And of course, I was wearing good stable shoes that you wear around horses. No slippers, never slippers around horses or open shoes. Because of that exact reason. But yeah, you could still feel it. I mean, it's still a horse with this whole weight on your feet. So, but I did still, that was even before we came around to the place where I had to walk around with her. So I did actually get to the place where we walked around. We walked around for 2 rounds, and then she dragged me over to the apples again. And at that moment I was like, yeah, no, this is not gonna work. I'm gonna bring you back to the stable. And it was a hard struggle to get her back to the stable, because she now realized that she could control me, and I didn't have control over her. Also, my feet was hurting, of course. My foot was hurting, of course. So, not ideal, but I did get her back, luckily. So before I went back to my tent and my parents, because I wanted to see how my foot was doing, and get my boot off, I went to the toilet, the restrooms, and washed my hands, because I was not sure how bad it was and if I could still walk when I put my shoe out. So I was like, let's hand wash my hands first, so that they're clean, that I don't have to walk over to do that. So I even did that, and then I went to sit and put my shoe out, my boot off, and it hurt like hell. When I took the shoe off, it started. I think the adrenaline was gone, the pressure of the shoe was gone, and it hurt like hell. It was no fun. You couldn't see much, but I did make a picture of that and put it up on my Instagram stories. So if you've seen that, you've seen how it looked right there. But the stupid thing about this injury is that, you know, it doesn't show up. It never went very blue or anything on the place where it actually hurts. And I hate that, because people can't see your injury. And yeah, it's not very fun, let me say that. But yeah, it was not ideal. It was early evening when I went to walk the horse. So Yeah. And then the owner of the place asked me if I wanted to ride the next morning, because it was very hot, as I said before. So we rode in the early morning, because then it was doable for both us and the horses, because it wasn't too hot yet. And I was like, I can't do that. I can't ride with this foot. It's hurting so much right now. I can't even imagine riding in the morning. So I skipped a day of riding. Actually, it happened on the Monday, so I skipped on Tuesday. And Wednesday I was back on the horse again. I tried again. But I can say this injury is still hurting me. Because it's bruised, I think. So it will take more than a couple of weeks to heal. So if you still press on a particular spot where the horse stood, it still hurts. And it is annoying me, because sometimes you want to sit on that foot and you can't do it, because yeah, you know, there's sometimes that I'm annoyed by it, but you know, it could have been worse. It could have been she broke something or anything, but I guess it's fine. On Friday night I actually caused another problem on that foot, which was mosquito bites. Yeah, terrible. And I had mosquito bites on my foot. Like this is my foot, like this is my little toes, let's say that. And then this is my foot, and they were in like the shape of a hoof. So there were like 5 or 6 of them, and they're all spread out like that. So it's like they're mocking me. So that was another problem. A lot of itching on that foot that's also hurting. So no fun. No fun. But we got over it. Those are gone now, so luckily. But yeah, so no luck there. But it's just a bit painful sometimes still, but not too bad. Not too bad. Let me see if I can put a little bit of a light on. Just checking. Yes, so that is that story. I did ride horses every other day there. We came on Sunday morning. Which day was that? I don't know. Was it the 9th? Yeah, the 9th. Sunday the 9th we went. In the morning we prepared everything so we could go early in the morning. We went with my little car, and I told you before that it had car troubles, and it kind of was fixed. My dad didn't find anything, so he thought it was okay. We all packed up the whole car and we drove up, and when we were just around the corner it decided to break down again. The little light went on again, and my mother and me were like, yep, not gonna happen. It was of course before the speedway, so that was very nice. So we were like, we don't want to, if the battery dies, we don't want to be stuck next to the freeway and everything. So we just turned around, stayed away, parked the car at home, got all the stuff over to the car that my grandma has, that we could loan from her, which was very nice. She doesn't use it very much. She uses it once a week to go to the shops, and she has a friend of her that could take her there as well. So it wasn't like she's depending on that car. So we could take that, and that was nice. But it was, for me, it was very disappointing that, yeah, my car couldn't go with me on this little adventure. So we left him at home. But in the meantime, now we're a week further from when we got home, and my father fixed the issue. I have driven with it on the highway already again, so it is fixed. Hallelujah. Because it's no fun having a car that doesn't want to, you know, that has a problem that you don't know exactly what it is, but my father fixed it, so I'm really happy. But I wish he could have fixed it before we went on a holiday, but then he didn't know yet what it was. And now he just thought he knew what the problem was, and he just replaced the parts that he thought was causing the problem, and it did work. So I guess the problem was solved, which is nice. So he's hopefully good to go for a couple more months without problems, hopefully years. So that's good. I think he has to go to the yearly checkup soon as well, but we'll see. It's really hard to see the 310s and the good quality ones with this lighting, but we'll do. We're almost through the 310s, so then we can move on to another color. I have no idea how long I'm filming yet. Can I see that? Nah, I can't. What a shame. But yeah, so we went on Sunday morning, the 9th. We went early because of the heat. We wanted to be before the heat. I just have to unstick this washi tape because it's in the way. To rearrange it a bit. So we got there in time, even with the delay of the car change that we had to do. We still got there in time, and we were actually lucky because the sun wasn't burning yet in the morning that bright, so we got to do everything before the sun actually came out later that day, and it was scorching hot again. So yay. So yeah, we had the whole day for the rest of the day just to relax. And so I rode horse on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. And Sunday we went back home. So and we wanted to do that early again because that Sunday it would also be very hot. So actually the whole week would be very hot. We had one day where it was a bit more rainy, but it was still hot. So yeah, I guess we had good weather, but a bit too good for me and my dad, who can't stand the heat very much. But I prefer that instead of real cold or only just raining. Because then you can't sit outside. In this case we had to sit outside because it was way too warm in the tent. And we only had one bad night where there was a thunderstorm, and I don't like thunderstorms. I mean, just thunder and lightning, I don't like it. I told you that before in my kit up for this little project that I'm working on right now, I think, where I talk about my past vacations and the horror story that I had. If you're interested in that, I will link that in the eye above. But so we had one night where there was a thunderstorm. It was not fun for me. I was alone in my tent. My dad and mom were in another one just beside me. I sent messages to my mom like half an hour in the middle of the night. We texted each other just to she texted me, of course, to comfort me. But I survived. We survived, and actually the day we came back, Sunday we came back, it actually was the Monday after we came back, let's say it that way. It was actually in the news that where we were, there was a big lightning struck, very big, in that town. So we just we got away at the right moment when the real problem started, because I wouldn't have survived that, and I don't think our stuff might have survived a lightning striking in and stuff. So, but yeah, that was all the bad weather, and I was saying one more rainy day where the rain was more, but for the rest it was all pretty good. We just relaxed. We just, as I was saying, just sat in the shade under the tree. And actually, I did actually want to live stream on my Instagram during my holiday. And I talked about that in my live stream on Instagram, my first ever that I did. Just before I went on holiday, I think the Saturday before, so the 8th, I did a live stream. And luckily, I had a person showing up, Jureli. I will link her channel. Thank you for coming again, Jureli. Sorry, I said your name wrong. Jureli. And I said to her, I will live stream on the campsite and show you around. And I was really planning to do that. But every time I wanted to do it, there was something going on. Like I had to ride horses in the evening. At some point, the lessons went back to evenings because the temperature was good enough to do it in the evenings instead in the early mornings. And also the Wi-Fi was not really that good. It cut out sometimes, so I was a bit worried about that when doing a live stream. So I eventually was like, I can't do it anymore. Also because I had to do it in the evening, later in the evening, because of the time zones. And for me that's in the evening, for you guys that's more later in the morning or maybe in the afternoon. I can't remember correctly, but yeah, it wasn't a very good idea anymore. So I'm sorry, Jureli. I wish I could have shown you around, but it just didn't come from it. But I want to do a live stream soon again on Instagram with some diamond painting in the evening, because I'm recording this video as well in the evening. So but I'm gonna talk a bit about what's going on in my life this week and maybe next week, what's coming up. And then I will close this video off because I think it's pretty long already. So we're not gonna finish this whole part because I never get that far. I'm not that fast of a diamond painter because I'm not using multiplacers as well. So when we got back home, I just relaxed a couple of days, diamond painted some more because I could go and sit inside, and that's way more comfortable to diamond paint when it was still warm when we got back. Not the heat wave warmed, but still warm enough. I don't know, I just relaxed a lot and diamond painted. Yeah. So, and also, you know, delaying the fact that I had to clean my room. Oh, I just had one drill of that color. There we go. So yeah. That's what's been going on. Last Saturday, I talked to you guys about our front yard that's been changed up, and we still had to put plants in the front yard, like make plants, yeah, I don't know how to say it, but plants, I guess, in our front yard. So we waited for that until we got back from our little vacation, of course, but also because of the heat wave, we didn't want to plant new plants when there was a heat wave going on. So last Friday, my mom and me, we planted all the plants in our front yard. I think I planted like 15 plants, which it was fun to do. I enjoyed it. I noticed that my mom really liked it that I helped her, so she wouldn't be that long if she had to do them all by herself. It would have been a lot of work, so it was fun. It was fun. So that was a pretty rough day because I had other stuff to do as well, like feed the horses that are from my neighbor and are standing in a little grassland behind our houses. So she was on on a little vacation herself, so she asked me to feed the horses. So I did that. And my mom and me were also going to the garden center to get some more plants because we didn't have enough. Yeah, you'd think we had enough, but nope. So we bought some more. So I was really tired on Friday. Yeah, I was out of it on Friday night. So that was an intense day. And on Saturday, I actually drove on the highway again with my car, what I was talking about earlier, because we went to a birthday visit of my nephew. It was his birthday, his sweet 16, let's say it like that. It wasn't really the sweet 16 guy, kind of sort. We don't have that really here, but he turned 16, so that was really nice. So yeah, and that's also a bit farther away, so we had to drive for an hour to get there. It was really nice to drive my own car again for a longer distance. I can really enjoy those rides. Together with my mom, she was in with me. And my dad was together with my grandma, who's also the grandma of my nephew. So they were together in a car, and my mom and me were together in my car. And it was really fun. Because I also got my CD from Taylor Swift. The Folklore CD, her new album, where I based my bullet journal theme of August on. It came in from America. It actually came pretty quick. I didn't think it would come that fast because of everything going on. But it came in, so I could take that with me in the car, and it was really nice. I really enjoyed it. The little road trip. Let's say it like that. So that was Saturday. Sunday, I don't think I did much. No, on Sunday I told myself I was gonna clean my room. I didn't do it. I wasn't feeling it. It was like a typical Sunday, do nothing, I guess, kind of day. And then yesterday on Monday, I cleaned my room. And this week, I'm gonna be working a lot in my sister's house because her new apartment house thingy is done and they can go in there, but they still have to do a lot of work. But they got the keys this morning. So there's a lot of painting to do. And tomorrow I'm gonna help her with that. So tomorrow will be another busy day, which I think at the end of the day I will be tired again. So, but I'm looking forward to that. Just some quality time with my sister, even though it's just hard work and painting. It will be nice. And it's just white, so there's not much that can go wrong with the color white. If you have a story about that, share it with me, but I don't think there's a lot that can go wrong with painting walls white. So that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow, and this whole week is more kind of in fixing everything for her, getting everything done. So because her house is getting there, I had to also frame my 5-panel. There's another video coming about that. I recorded it today. Because I really wanted to give it to her before her birthday, which is next week on Wednesday, I think, yeah. So I really wanted to do it, give the painting, the 5 panel to her before that, because I wanted them to keep account of it, you know, before they think about filling all their walls up and not having space for it anymore. So I just wanted to give it to them. Also a bit of a housewarming gift, I guess. And I gave it to them this afternoon, and they were happy with it. It was such a relief. I mean, it took me a lot of work to get it done and everything, and it's so nice if they like your work, if they like it. Because it was all a gamble. They didn't know it was a surprise gift. And I know my sister loves surprise gifts, but you never know. You never know. My sister likes gifts anyway, so it was very nice. They both liked it. They love beaches, so it fit them perfectly, and I think it turned out great. But we had to frame it, and I had to do all kinds of stuff. But you will see that in the video that's where I'm talking about that. But it was a progress, so I did that a lot on Sunday as well. But yeah, so that's about it. This week there's still no horse riding, but the week after that, on Friday, I'm back to horse riding again. Looking forward to that. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's all I can talk about for now. I hope you enjoyed this little Wip and Chat. With a little update on how my vacation went and what's going on right now this week. And why there has been not that much activity on my Instagram or YouTube. But that's gonna change again with in this week. So I will finish this part by myself. It's getting a little bit dark as well, so I need more lighting and stuff. So, but thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, like I said before, my little rambling on about things that I've done. Yeah, I will see you the next time. Bye!